Hello guys, it is Jead and EA have actually added a pack or an SBC worth grinding for once. But as always with EA, there is a little bit of a catch. And as you can see on the screen now, we have got official leaks for some of the World Cup cards coming next week. And I'm sure we're getting more today. And of course, when can we buy Prime Heroes? What can we be doing today, tomorrow, across the weekend? And what is coming on this game in the next few days? So let's jump into it. So I hope you guys are having a splendid little weekend. Go and enjoy your weekend. Champions League final today. If anyone gets the score prediction down below correct, you can get a free gifted sub in the streams, whatever you want. If anyone can get the exact goal scorers correct and the exact score and everything, 12k FIFA points. I promise, if anyone gets the exact goal scorers and everything perfectly correct, 12k FIFA points. But we've got to start with SBCs. Honestly, Prime Heroes feels like a filler promo, but then EA made it less of a filler promo by adding a few bits of content, okay? So we have got a load of things in the SBCs tab. Like as always with Fridays, EA dropped a load of content. Starting with something that I couldn't favourite because I've already completed it. And you should as well. Everyone should go and complete this, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. If you log onto the game, you should complete the 1 of 3 80 plus Team of the Week, 1 of 30 player pick. The reason is it's basically free from your club to complete. But it's a tradable pack that'll give you a lot of, well, guaranteed 30k, because Team of the Weeks are about 30k. But it'll give you a lot of chances to get those Team of the Weeks that fit evolutions or a higher rated one. And it actually crashed a little bit in the Team of the Week market. As an example here, Team of the Week Leonard Carl. This guy for ages was above 100,000 coins just for Evos, right? These cards are just rare, that's all it is. We get one pick. And remember, this refreshes daily. So daily tradable supply. We got one pick and all of a sudden, the 120k card, it now sits below 20,000 coins. Just fodder with the rest of Team of the Weeks. That is crazy. All Team of the Weeks did the same. I have the Nico O'Reilly card on the other account that I've just never ever sold. We had 2 to 3 millions worth of coins of this Nico O'Reilly. Now it's probably what, 1 million coins? Probably not even 1 million coins. Why? Because I didn't sell it in time, because obviously I don't go on that account. But all Team of the Weeks are cooked. It's just a great chance to go and open a pick, get minimum 15k, but hopefully at least get something worth evoing. So I'd always go and do that. But that was the first set of SBCs we got, the first SBC worth going and completing. We got loads of stuff. We got the 84 Team of the Week refreshing. We don't really care about that. We got the 10 times 84 refreshing. These Prime Heroes are so packable that although this is a crap SBC normally, I get it. I get it's a crap SBC. These are worth doing 3 a day. So I would go and do the 10 times 84s. We then got the marquee player for 240,000 of the Queen's Finest. We got this 5'9" Charisma. Is he long? No, he's not long. However, he can play in that central attack and midfield role. So he's still decent. Like, when someone can play it cam, they don't need to be long. He's got incisive, which is fine. No pinged and ticky. He's just pure fodder. I don't know why they've done that. Whipped is a waste and no rapid. But honestly, he's still fine. He's a load of fun. Charisma is a 5-star skill, 99 dribbling cam, in my opinion. Is he the best card on the game? No. But if you're like me and you trade and you follow this channel and you've got loads of coins, loads of fodder, maybe not worth doing in terms of like for the game, but it's still a fun card, right? So I don't actually have a go at it if you go and do that Charisma. 240,000 coins, it's fine. We then get Prime Heroes Challenge 1. Tradable pack, go and do it. But honestly, I always leave them. I get bored. The best SBCs in terms of players yesterday were not Charisma, though. It was this Dimitar Berbatov and Jill Scott. These are so, so good. If you don't know, these are for the Soccer Raid game, hence why it's a man versus a woman showdown, the first in history for the Soccer Raid game. They're both evoable. There is evos right now for both of these cards. Jill Scott is always OP on this game. She has been like Hullet, but the woman version. Lengthy, 4-star, 5-star, 91 passing, and overall average stats with a 95 physical. But because she can be evoed, because she can be a showdown, and because she's about 30,000 coins, same as Berbatov, honestly, in my opinion, her and Berbatov are must completes for the evos, even if you don't really care about the cards. I'm going to talk about Berbatov a lot more later, but even his base card is insane, right? Low driven tech isn't perfect, but he's got nearly perfect playstyles. You would just say rapid and ping, probably the 2 really good ones that he's missing. 90s and all the attacking stats of 85 physical, and of course it's Dimitar Berbatov, so 5-star skills, 6'2". He can be long with the right chem style. Again, like 30,000 coins. One, it has to be a must complete. I've just not completed him yet. Both him and Jill Scott are getting done on my account. But of course, the SBC we are here for, the 1 of 10 historical player pick. Now, I said before there's a catch with this. This is really, really good. It just is. You cannot argue this. It's really, really good. Is it maybe a little bit too expensive? Yes, but whenever EA makes something unlimited, repeatable, they always overprice it just to make sure you can't grind too many of them, which I actually don't mind, right? That's not the bit, like that's not the problem I've got with this SBC. This is an 88 rated squad with a TOTS, an 89 rated squad, and a 90 rated squad. And you get a 1 of 10 historical player pick, which is, of course, any icon or hero up until the 17th of April. So up until Trophy Titans. Now, the Trophy Titans in there are the biggest cards you get in terms of, like, you get so many of them. They're the fodder. But there are so many cards, Evos and actual big cards in this, that are genuinely packable. Not common, by the way. Not like really common packable, but actually packable. Like, you actually get them if you do enough of them. This 87 Johan Cruyff, if you don't have him, 600,000 coin card, quite easily packable. Yesterday on stream, we saw a Future Stars Maradona. I have seen a Future Stars Pele. We have seen Team of the Years coming out. I've not seen any of the big Team of the Year icons yet. They seem really rare. And of course, we have seen a lot of this guy who is super expensive, Thierry Henry. Where is it? His 86 version. You can get his other versions as well, of course, but his 4 million coin 86 version is also coming out of this player pick quite a lot. I've not seen too many Vieiras, but maybe he's in there as well. This is by far the best grindable high-end pick we've had in a long, long time. Unlimited repeatable, out for the full week, so it'll be out until Path to Glory. In my opinion, it is slightly saved Prime Heroes. So what's the catch, right? What's the catch with this SBC? Well, it's an unlimited SBC grind, right? There's a little problem, though. There's a little problem you've given us. There's not an unlimited SBC grind out right now. So is it that good of an SBC? I guess it's a bit of a question you have to ask yourself. I don't know. The 10 times 84, and if you want to do the grind right now, if you want to do as many of these historical player picks as possible, the grind is probably what you expected, right? You go and do the provisions upgrade first, as well as the daily bronze, silver, common gold, and rare gold. So you go do provisions and all the dailies, right? Check. Go and do that. You're then going to want to do the 3 times 87 to 90, all of them every single day. You want to do the 10 times 84s every single day. The 3 times 85s every single day. If you're wondering how to get the fodder for those, that's where we have a little bit of a problem. The fodder to get, even the mid-range fodder, you have 2 options, and literally just 2 options. That is it. You have the 4 1081 player pick. Go and do all of those first. You probably get, some decent stuff, nothing crazy. But you only get 3 of those a day. So the big unlimited SBC to grind these heroes is the 1 in 382 player pick. And if you guys have opened these in the past week since Ultimate Tots has been out, you know better than me. They are shocking. They are so bad. Now, Prime Heroes has great pack weight for the lower end ones. It doesn't change the pack weight of fodder. The pack weight of fodder in those is so bad. You have one more option, I guess, which is go and do the League SBCs. But who wants to do League SBCs in June? Like Premium Mixed Leagues and Mixed League SBCs. If you guys go and grind these with coins, you will make your coins back and you will get loads of fodder. But they take so long to grind, even on the web app, that it's so demoralizing in June to have to go and do League SBCs to get some sort of unlimited pack grind. So if you want to do it the way I'm going to do it, I would just do 82 player picks, put all the fodder into the 84 10s, 3 times 85s, and you can go and grind as many of those historical player picks as possible, and honestly hunt some of those big icons. I know a lot of you guys will think, well, a lot of those icons don't get in my team. Absolutely fine. Don't need to grind it. Save your fodder, save all your packs for Path to Glory coming on Friday, which again, we've got leaks for, so we can speak about that when we talk about leaks. But I just think this is a really good SBC, and I want to give it a few goes at, trying to grind it as much as possible on stream, maybe save some for some of the videos this week, and see if we can pack any of the big boy icons, even if they're not the most meta cards on the game right now. I would love to get a big boy icon. So SBCs were actually pretty decent across the board, and Evos were as well. We got 2 Evos. You probably didn't realize we got a second one, but we did get 2 Evos. The first one is right at the bottom. It gives First Touch Plus as a 3rd playstyle plus, which is kind of dead, but the stat boost is nice, right? If you look at a card, like, let's try and put someone obvious into it. It'll give you an example. This Bizarro cards are not a great Evo, so I'll just, throw into it for fodder. So ignore the First Touch Plus, but you'll see you actually get some mini stat boost. Not in crazy, but a little mini stat boost in agility, balance, and reactions. And the stat caps are pretty decent. 94 for all 3 of them is fine. Again, the problem is, if you guys put this on an actual decent Evo, an attacker Evo, so let's say I put it on my Cruyff, I just don't want First Touch Plus. Like, the actual little mini stat boost is great, but because it's, I'm pretty sure, before I say this, I think it's a max 2 playstyle plus Evo. Yeah, max 2 playstyle plus, which means there's no way to give this someone without giving them First Touch Plus. If you're someone, for whatever reason, that likes First Touch Plus, fine, but you have to give someone First Touch Plus for this, and for that reason, I'm out. I'm leaving it. I'm not doing it. I don't want First Touch Plus, especially at this point in the game. So then the only Evo that we really care about is History and 10. Let me give you guys some of the best options for this History and 10 Evo, right? First of all, as always with these Evos, if you've got an Evo chain who fits it, like I've got the Zingamoa, who again has First Touch Plus, coincidentally, who I don't want to do. But if you've got a crazy Evo chain, maybe a card from your club who has decent stats like this, then yes, of course, go and put them in. But I'm going to give you guys some of the best cards just from scratch for this Evo. Before we jump into the best options, big thing to note with this one is it's only weak foot upgrade. It doesn't give any skill moves, not even to 4-star. So I was actually going to put this Peter Crouch in. We got him on yesterday's stream in the historical player pick, and I was quite excited to use him. But he stays at 3-star skill moves. So anyone you put in my opinion, needs to already have minimum 4-star skill moves as like a requirement. I've tried to find that range of the best options. You've not got the really expensive ones, but one of the ones that is really expensive, but honestly is such a good option. If you put Bale into attack a round out, then History and 10 and put a marksman on him, you've got a lengthy winger striker with the perfect playstyle pluses, quite decent regular playstyles as well. You can probably get some regular playstyles on him before this anyway. And you get a card with crazy stats, lengthy winger or striker. Bale just plays really nice on this game. Future Stars Bale is still really, really expensive. Although this base Bale himself is 1.8 million coins. But remember, remember, we're getting on Thursday the EVO removal tool thing, and the cards can go tradable again. So let's say you put 1.8 million coin bail into this EVO. There's a shout for doing it, using this bail for a week or two, then just making him tradable again and selling him for still what will probably be million to 2 million coins anyway. So there's a shout for that. Other option, quite similar to bail, is this Shelling card. You guys know the Shelling used to run the game early on. Same exact thing. Put a marksman on her. She has the same playstyle pluses, similar playstyles. Again, it's a lengthy winger, right? She's 4-star, 5-star, same as bail. Lengthy winger. She doesn't have incisive, which is the main problem. If you can find a way to get incisive on her, she'll be even better. But she's pretty decent. They then got back to the gold cards. You got Marcus Rashford. You do have to do a little bit of a chain on him with the attacker roundouts. That's because he's so low rated. But if you do it, you end up with a 5-star, 5-star, crazy stat Marcus Rashford card, who can not only play winger, but play up front as well, and has some crazy options there. But again, marksman, lengthy as well, so he's crazy. Another gold card, Ousmane Dembele. You can put him straight into it. He has other chains as well, but he's already 90 rated, so you can't put him into attacker roundout. Ousmane Dembele just moves different on this game. Can't be lengthy, of course, he's a much smaller player, but you guys know Ousmane Dembele moves nice on this game. If you want to be pure ratty, you can do a little Claudia Pina chain. The best one I could find was attacker roundout into Quick Step Plus. The reason Quick Step Plus is she then keeps rapid base. When you put her straight into this, she gains power shot. If you want power shot, then you can do that. But she's got crazy stats. Look, it's Claudia Pina, 5-star, 5-star, crazy play styles. It's Claudia Pina. I don't know what more you want. You've then got Inaki Williams. I'm including this guy right at the end because he's extinct at 900k. But the reason I've included him is because this Evo's out for 9 days. This will go past the point where we get the Thursday Evo removals. And we all know that when we get the Thursday Evo stuff, foot birthdays are going to go a lot cheaper. So when we get that, maybe this Inaki Williams is actually like affordable on the market. And him, I actually think he's the best option out of everything. Again, he's right at the end because he's too expensive. Or like too extinct or whatever. But 96 pace, 93 shooting, 88 passing, 94 dribbling, 93 physical without a chem style. You put a marksman on him. Look at the state of this lengthy winger that you get. And of course, ignore the playstyles. It's a foot birthday. So you can put whatever playstyles you want on him. So he's the only player here with perfect playstyles. But again, too expensive. Kylian Mbappe, the obvious one that you were all waiting for. Not the best. I don't think Mbappe plays that nice on this game, but if you want Mbappe with 3 playstyle plus for 125k, well, you need to have gold Mbappe, but 125k, that's probably the only chance you're going to get him for a while. He fell down in price, but not too much because the Evo's actually really good. If the Evo was crap, he would be a lot cheaper, but he stayed quite high in price because the Evo's good. And then I've saved the best till last, of course. Dimitar Berbatov. This is the one from the SBC, and this is why I was saying he's a must complete. You throw him into Dash and Dazzle, you throw him into History in 10. Yes, he's no longer a showdown card now. You could try and do the glitch where you don't claim the Evo until he wins the game and try and do the glitch. But you can just do this Evo straight away because 5-star, 5-star, into Dash and Dazzle, he has Tech, Low Driven, and Finesse, so he doesn't get a Rapid Plus. But he has Rapid and Quick Step base, with Inventive First Touch base, Ticky Incisive Game Changer base. He's missing a few things, but not much. But you can put a marksman on him again, and once again, you've now got the option to make him lengthy, or you just put a Hawk or a Hunter on him, and you can keep him as a controlled striker, because, you know, strikers on this game don't need to be lengthy. Wingers do. Strikers don't really. Or even play him as cam. Maybe put an engine on him and play him as cam. Honestly, such a good card, not only for the showdown being so cheap, but he's actually one of the absolute best options stats-wise in the Evos anyway. And it might be the card I'm doing, although I might do a Liverpool player, so I'm not sure. And then we're, of course, going to talk Path to Glory leaks, what is coming on this game. But as always with a Friday, some of the best content's actually in the objectives. It's actually worth playing the game when we get Friday objective content. So we sort by priority there. We've got 4 objectives that are all worth going and completing, but they're all really easy. Prime Heroes Event 1 we were doing on stream yesterday, so shout out if you were there on a Twitch stream. All I need to do is win 1 more, and it actually is pretty decent. It's one of those really easy ones where you get a nice evolution that gives a playstyle, 3x86, 800 SP, which I still need for the season pass at this point because I'm so far behind. But obviously it's a completionist, right? You get a Prime Heroes cosmetic, which is fine, but the 91 Prime Hero pack is of course what people are after, and all you've got to do for these cards, the Farrah Williams, the Aymar, the Barzagli, I was kind of hoping the dynamics are there. I really want to show you guys their dynamics. We might reset this. But you get all of those cards anyway. For this one, you get Aymar, who has a crazy dynamic, Farrah Williams, Barzagli, and Hamshik as well. And then you obviously they get the 91 hero pack for doing all of them. And the events, if they're anything like the Prime Heroes Event 1, are really easy. This one's first to 2 goals, and it's actually an insane way to do Evos right now. This is such a good way to do Evos because it's first to 2. So even if you don't care about objectives, go to this objective, go to the actual live event. You have 30 games where you can score 2 own goals and get the Evo, right? You have basically 33 Evo games that you can do in like 2 minutes. So even if you weren't going to do these objectives, go and do all your chain Evos now before that event expires because it expires in like a day or 2. Then the other ones we have are Marvels in Motion, which is more the generic objective where you just get packs and some loan players, and it's kind of just the generic stuff, so not the one I care about. The one I do care about is Prime Heroes Champions objective. This is the worst weekend of the entire year to play FUT Champs. Yes, you get Ultimate Tots rewards, but the entire system changes next week anyway. So in my opinion, you're just playing for the love of the game if you're doing Champs this week. However, if you do champs, they give us a 91 plus hero pack and some more fodder packs, which is really easy to get, and it is a nice little bonus. So objectives are really nice, and the best bit of content there, in my opinion, is actually the 30 games to do the EVOs for free, because chain EVOs were getting a little bit out of hand with how many games they've been taking recently. But let's talk leaks. Let's talk about what we're getting not only this week with the Path to Glory as well. We've got pretty much everything leaked for Prime Heroes, or at least everything worth talking about. The big one for me that, of course, we're not going to have leaked, but what's the pack grind going to be like Monday? Is they going to give us something to grind those historical icon picks? I don't think they will, but I really hope they do. In terms of what we're getting this week, we are getting, of course, Lewandowski and Carvajal. We are getting a Zamorano card, who is apparently getting decided in EA Insta. Not really sure, but I'm guessing they're doing a poll on Instagram for the play styles. We're getting a weird Zamorano. We're having a Luda and a Guti as well. Guti can normally play quite nice on this game. Maybe be the one that people care about. But as you guys, I'm sure, are aware, the only cards people really will care about here is the Lewandowski and Carvajal. And hopefully the Lewandowski is not too expensive when he comes out. And according to the leakers, they're both mad cheap, which is nice, but it means that maybe the cards aren't as good in game as people think they're actually going to be, right? I hope they are, but maybe the cards are missing something that, we're not aware of. Maybe they're missing playstyles or something, I don't know. But apparently they're both mad cheap, which means you might see this crash the market a little bit. Right backs and strikers, if these cards are really completed, and they are mad cheap, and we're not being lied to and all this stuff, maybe Lewandowski is going to be people's main striker. I don't think so. He moves quite clunky on this game. But just know, we're meant to be getting Lewandowski and Carvajal in the coming days, as well as these Prime Heroes SBCs. But the Prime Heroes SBCs themselves, to me, don't look that hype. And it seems to me like it's going to be save your fodder for Path to Glory. I think that's obvious, but everyone knows next week is more hype than this week. And it feels like everyone's saving packs and saving fodder for next week. On to these World Cup leaks then. And the first one's a bit of a weird one, but I seen it this morning. Depay's official card leaked. 81 rated, stats, first touch, technical. I'm guessing there's only 2 playstyles. The reason he's mentioned not in packs yet is because basically something going around on Twitter that Depay was in packs or whatever. But Depay's official gold card comes around. He should just be the Netherlands club and like the Netherlands badge, because obviously these are national team cards. Will people Evo Depay? I just think cards like this, even though they would have been really cool normally, the fact we've got a gold Neymar coming, everyone's just going to go and do gold Neymar instead, right? But maybe you have a Depay card from the past few FIFAs that you Evo'd, and this one will, you add to the collection, I'm not sure. The more hyped update, or the more, I guess, interesting one, is that these are not Path to Glory cards. These official Mexico cards are Nation's Pride. Now, of course, Nation's Pride isn't any of the promos coming out, right? So 5th of June is Path to Glory. That's next Friday. Great to the game, Glory Hunters, Phenoms. Nation's Pride, I believe, is like the Season Pass cards. But I thought we already had the Season Pass cards leaked. And of course, these are all Mexico. So maybe I'm missing something there, but I don't really understand the Nation's Pride stuff. Unless these are just Season Pass cards. But would it not be weird to have 3 Mexico Season Pass cards? Maybe they're just going to do the Canada and the USA ones. And maybe they're going to leak the USA ones next. And that's why the badge is there. But we've got a Jimenez. Remember, no playstyles, because these go into the playstyles lab, which makes these cards very usable if they're in the Season Pass. But Jimenez with 95 pace, 95 shooting, 94 dribbling. Overall, really good stats. If you can give him 3 playstyle plus, he looks like he'd cook with a quick step, finesse, and low driven, like Team of the Season CR7. A Pineda at cam, who looks much more generic, but again, incisive, tech, finesse, could be pretty decent. And then, a half-decent Vargas centre mid, who looks like if he's going to be on the Season Pass, and he's not going to be in objectives, he'd be way earlier on in the Season Pass, but still decent stats. Maybe you could give him like intercept, finesse, and incisive, and he'd still be quite a decent centre mid. The fact you can give these cards playstyle pluses, and you can choose what you actually want playstyles-wise, makes them so much more usable than if you couldn't. So EA know what they're doing there. They know how to sell packs. They know how to sell FIFA points. They know how to sell the Season Pass that's coming out. And I just hope they can give us 11 playstyles. I'm going to guess it's going to be 10, so 3 playstyle pluses and 7 white playstyles. But I think we're at a point in the game now where surely they give us 3 playstyle pluses and 8 white playstyles. I don't think that would affect too much, but hopefully they do that. And we should get those USA and Canada cards if it's going to be those leaked next as well. And again, they're all going to have no playstyle pluses, so they're all going to be very, very usable when you put them in that Evo lab. But overall, I think with all the World's Game stuff and the Path to Glory stuff, if you're wondering what to do now, yeah, essentially, I would save fodder overall, and I would save packs for the Path to Glory stuff. Essentially, boys and girls, next week is going to be way more hype. I tried to put this on a bit of a graph if you guys are wondering what's happening with Prime Heroes, what's happening next week, with Thursday with the new season, Friday with the new promo, and Monday's the end of Champs Awards. If you sort of draw a graph of the hype of like the timeline of what's going to happen this week, I think basically we're here right now. Well, let's say we're right in the middle, because obviously no one's too hyped right now. I think at the end of Champs, Monday to Thursday, it's going to be so poor if we don't get a pack grind. So he stays pretty flat across the weekend. Everyone does, weekend's actually okay content on FC. You get objectives and stuff. If we get no pack grind, it's going to go right down. In the middle of this week, Monday to Thursday, almost no one's going to be on the game. You have this right lull here. As we get closer to Thursday, people realize Path to Glory and the new season's coming, and we should go right up. Thursday has everything. I actually think Thursday could be way more hype than Friday, because honestly, Thursday with the new token system and everything that's coming is crazy. And then remember, Friday we get the free Pele as well with the Evos and the new stuff. And I think, honestly, we should stay for quite a while on Friday, pretty hyped until the game then obviously falls off a little bit as people sort of like, you know, the effects of Thursday and Friday wear off. But I think basically what you're going to have is such a low point in hype and then such a high point in hype in like such a short space of time. So that you're going to have no people on the games on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Save your packs, save your fodder, all the best content coming later in the week. That is just my prediction. That would change massively depending on this Monday line here if we get a pack grind. I'm not sure if we will, but if we do get a really good pack grind, that line probably stays a little bit more flat and the hype kind of stays okay as people can grind those historical encore icon picks just for the next few days until we then get the Path to Glory stuff and the Thursday updates. Let's, of course, talk market, right? Last night was an insane day for trading and we can make some more coins across the weekend. I didn't trade last night, and I'll explain, but this did happen last night. And if you're in the Discord, this will be quite sad. Basically, if you're not in the Discord, Naf in the Discord's on over 80 million coins. He was doing the road to 100 mil. He's one of the traders in the free Discord, and he's insane, right? Naf knows what he's doing on this game, right? Trades perfectly legit. Last night, these Prime Heroes cards were apparently flagging bans, because when we jump onto them, they rose in price so much, so fast, that Naf has now got his 80 million coin account banned. And you know what EA are like? Almost no chance that EA go and revoke the system, which means NAF might have to spend 83 million coins on packs, which sounds fun. It sounds really fun, doesn't it? 83 million coins on packs, but he was doing the road to 100 mil. He had everything, and now EA make one mistake because he made so many coins on his Prime Hero card. I can see there, profit on Stam, 830k, 600k, 200k, 200k, 300k, 400k, 100k. The Prime Heroes rose so much, so fast, that it broke EA's ban system, and now NAF is going through the appeal, but of course, he is banned. He'll still be trading in the Discord, I'm sure, and doing his own thing. You guys can go check out Naf's channel. I'll try and link it in the description. He might be doing an 80 million coin pack opening on there very soon, so go and subscribe for that. But that was just the start of it. And if we go and check these Prime Heroes, you'll see exactly what I mean, right? Yapstam is currently sitting at 5.3 million coins. As we watched him on stream last night, we saw him at 4 million, and we thought, well, that looks a little bit cheap. But of course, we were ending stream because it was 10:30, and we thought, we'll leave it. I'll wait until overnight. And then, do you want to know the reason I didn't trade last night? I went to bed. That's my bad. I went to bed, so I missed out on trading these cards. Part-timer be part-timering. I slept at like 11:30 last night after stream, if you were there. And I missed out on this Yapstam going from 4.1 to 5.3 million coins. I tried to tell you guys last night, if you were going to buy these cards, go for basically the hyped ones, which wasn't, you know, it's not stupid advice. It's all pretty obvious. But they're the ones that did the best, right? Yapstam did the absolute best. Why? Because he's still one of the best centre-backs on the game, despite no quick step. Yaya Toure did really well. He peaked at 6 million coins, like Yapstam peaked in the early hours of the morning, like they always do. And he was 3.8 million coins. And Hazard, similarly, the three best cards in the promo, of course, doing the best, because these were really hyped cards, and the rest of the cards are pretty dead. Hazard sat at 2.8 million coins. He's now 3.8 million coins, right? Basically, the cards pack weight on these were crazy. All the cards went up, basically, because everyone packed them really common in pretty much everything, right? They're in all sort of packs. The store pack yesterday, even though it was untradeable, was giving out packs like giving out these Prime Heroes like crazy. They were really easy to pack, even just from upgrade packs. And then they've rose like sort of not out of packs, but you know, out of that hype a little bit into the early hours of this morning. But I'm kind of glad I maybe avoided them. We might have been waking up to a BigJead getting banned video if I traded these cards. So just be careful on the rest of this game, boys, when you're trading. I have no idea. I mean, this is a bit of an outlier, making 800k and 600k, and Naf probably made about 5 to 10 million coins in a couple hours, which is what I'm guessing triggered the EA system. But these cards will be good to trade for the next few days. You'll be able to fluctuation trade for the next few days because the game's not that hype. What I will say is, when you guys ask me questions about Ultimate Tots, Prime Heroes, these really meta cards that you're going to be trading, just make sure you sell everything by Wednesday. Like, don't hold cards into Thursday just in case that new system fucks everything. We don't know. Maybe cards will survive and they'll do absolutely fine. Personally, it's another time where you can trade now for the next few days, but you want to be liquid into sort of Thursday. The women's Barca cards held pretty decent value, and don't forget, we're getting those Crystal Palace Conference League cards today, which I'm sure will be beautiful to trade as well, and we'll talk about them in tomorrow's video of when we can buy them out of packs. They'll be beautiful to trade. But these Barca cards held value. Why? Because they're still the best cards on the game. Like, they're still up there with the Prime Hero level cards, whereas a lot of the Ultimate Tots cards actually died a little bit. I think they're back up a little bit now, but if you look at Haaland yesterday, I'm not even sure he's one of the best examples, but I know it happened with a lot of cards. When it got to 6 o'clock, Haaland went from 460 to 380, which is kind of where he's sitting now. The Prime Heroes, despite not being the most hype thing on the game, were just too packable. People invested in these cards as for hype, and I told you guys, don't buy Ultimate Tots. We were more looking at the Fodder Tots or the Barca Women's cards. And it kind of worked out. I mean, a lot of the ultimate tots are recovering now, so it's fine. But basically, they're getting replaced. They're getting replaced by Prime Heroes because of how easily packable they are, or getting replaced by things like the Palace cards, the Barca Women's cards, and then next week, of course, getting replaced by the Path to Glory cards. But if you want a fluctuation trade the next few days, absolutely fine. In terms of what we should be buying today, once again, shock horror, 85's a discard. You guys know the drill. Just every single day, if you want unlimited coins for the rest of the game, buy 85s in the morning, sell them at content. Or if you want and you're lazy, buy as many 85s across the weekend for 700 coins as possible. Sell them on Wednesday, right? You know, we said get liquid for Thursday. Sell them all on Wednesday. You will double or probably triple your coins because they'll probably go to 2 or 2.5k. Maybe even quadruple your coins if we get a decent pack grind. And then you're ready for Path to Glory. If you could quadruple your coins ready for Path to Glory, it is that simple, right? If you've got a mil, 4 mil ready for Friday's promo, would be lovely. So that's the most obvious play right now. If you're going to do fodder, I know it's obvious, I do get that, but 85s are too good. And hopefully some of you guys bought these cheap Team of the Season cards. We said yesterday they were gettable at 17k on bids, but they'd already gone up to 18k, and I said I think 18k is the absolute max. Well, we can see now they're slowly getting towards 21k, and I don't see fodder tot stopping too much, right? They should be gettable at 18k or 17k on bids and snipes across the weekend with pack supply and champs and stuff. I think there's still tradable Team of the Season ones in champs, despite it still being the fodder ones, of course. But yeah, you should be able to get them at 18, 17k. Buy them, but I would not buy at 20k. I think the boat's kind of sailed there. We expect these to rise probably to like 23, 24, maybe 25k. All depends on the SBCs we get. Maybe Lewandowski and Carvajal can push them a little bit further. Wouldn't go too much more. The fact that we've got the historical Encore icon thing, unlimited repeatable, is probably what pushed these up to 20 or 21k. But if you bought them, GGs, you can hold them, sell them later on in the week. Done really well there. And we can, on our account, we can clear our transfer list and get ready for the next week. So we're on 27 million coins. I'm going to be taking it quite chill trade in this account, like not going really hardcore. I'll try and hit 30 mil for Path to Glory, but I'm not going to be going super hardcore. Later on today, I've got a video coming out reacting to the Foot Accountants video. So if you didn't see that, the Foot Accountants interview with the Foot Economist and basically people that work at EA talking about the World Cup, the update and the Path to Glory and what's coming on the game. A lot of people have been very, very critical. So I've not actually seen the full video yet. I've only seen the first 5 minutes. I'm going to do a full reaction to that on this channel, giving my thoughts on what actually matters. And I think if people are overreacting or whether the update and whether EA's communication looks pretty good. But of course, it's FC 27 pre-season or pre-order season. And yeah, people are starting to realize that as soon as they need people to go and buy next year's game, EA are coming out the weeds to do interviews again. So that'll be very interesting. But yeah, boys and girls, appreciate all the support as always. Have a fantastic weekend. Get your Champions League final score predictions in the comments below. Subscribe if you are new and you want to see that Foot Accountant interview reaction later. And like always, I'll see you all in a